Yo, you're gonna do a video right now? Look at this. Watch this. She might get pissed. See what? Watch this. Oh, wait, come here. Watch this. Wait, come here.
I feel like I'm living in paradise, you know what I'm saying?
And that was the slowest Evo I have ever seen in my life. What is up, YouTube guys and girls? I am Shade, and we are back with another GTA 5 Online video. This one is going to be about a toxic, lying, fake fan, and I have clips and videos right here for you from the beginning to end. I'm probably going to have to two-part this if it's worth my time. If not, then I'm just going to try to squeeze it in here, but here we go.
Reaching out your name.
So, can I start off by saying that this guy got my attention by constantly messaging and spamming me on my Xbox homepage. And it's like, I understand if you want to hang out or something, but the thing I don't like is being constantly annoyed about it. And it's not that a few messages are going to be like, oh my gosh, you're so annoying. It's not like that at all. The way he was doing it was through multiple things, like Instagram, Xbox, it was just getting really repetitive. So I was kind of like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna see what he wants to do and we'll have a session together. So I joined his session and his party, and I didn't have my mic hooked up. I was just listening and he was just talking to me. He basically was just saying what he wanted to run around and do in the session and all that kind of stuff, which I was content, I'm fine with that kind of thing, I don't mind. And within the same exact night, he told me that he never wanted me to think that he was trying to expose me or try to 1v1 me and all that stuff, because he loved and respected my channel, which I was kind of like, okay, that's nice of you to say. I don't fully mind 1v1s, because I honestly do not take that whole thing to a next level of serious. But anyone who tells me that, I do respect, because GTA nowadays is all about outshining somebody else, especially people who have the channels. So give it about a week and he starts asking to do running guns, and the first one I think had his friend in it, and he did end up getting first place. So I think because of that, maybe he thought that I wasn't as good as running gun as he thought I was, so he kept asking me to do 1v1 running guns instead. So that's when I figured this guy is probably his number one thing is probably running gun, and he probably just thinks he has to be the best, which is cool. We all have that competitive side. But he was super petty about it, and he just took it the completely wrong way. And that's when I knew this guy was not a true fan. He was probably just someone out there to outshine, and he wanted to just get, the upper hand with it. Okay, so now that you guys know how this all started, sorry it took me a minute to explain everything. I'm gonna get into the in-depth subject of this entire situation. So as you guys know, I have an official crew for my channel and my subs, and he wanted to be invited to it back before all this happened. So I was like, you know what, you seem chill, I'm gonna invite you. So I invited him, and all this stuff right here is what got him kicked, and that also pissed him off. And I was like, you know what, I don't like petty and fake people in my crew. It's just not something I'm gonna deal with. So this deathmatch right here is one of the few that he did not leave from, because I think he was trying to prove himself for not being a petty player, basically, because he just wanted back in my crew. And he was only doing it because he wanted back in my crew. And I was like, that is so two-faced, because I know you're gonna be the same exact way you were a day ago if I let you back in my crew, Every time he was losing, even by 3 points, he would leave, or he'd start chucking grenades, or he would put on his bulletproof helmet, just so on and so forth, and I was getting completely sick of it. So this was said not in that previous deathmatch, but in an earlier one when he wasn't completely pissed about the game. He told me, good game. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at running gun too now. And I tried to make him feel better by saying if he was bad, he would have only gotten a few kills on me. And so I said, no, you're not bad. Then he said, I can only beat you face to face in the other running gun. Other than that, I'm bad, and that's sad. I said, it's still a deathmatch though. The other running gun just has barriers for protection and whatnot. So further down the road, and I'm just done being nice to this guy, basically, because now he starts sending me screenshots proving that, he can also win when I win and all this stuff. And he says you and I went to war last night, blah, blah, blah. And then a little bit later, he starts only sending me his wins, and it looks like he completely demolished me in this deathmatch. And I said I dropped my kills a lot by Ewo, you know, like trying to prove a point, because he just has a deathmatch score, and because it was a dirty deathmatch, it just looks like he completely wrecked me in this session. In this one, he just started losing by only a few points again, and right here he's standing, I think, because he's probably messaging me and like complaining about the deathmatch, and he just kept throwing himself off the edge basically because he was losing. So this was the clip that I had running in the very beginning of my video, and this was like in the more heightened state of all this drama basically. So you can see him right here literally stop and put on a helmet, and he's not even technically losing. Like, I think he just wanted like a huge kill difference, you know, against me. So this right here was supposed to be a clean run and gun on the Keck map, pistols only, and he broke the rules by the whole helmet thing. So because he always would leave when he was losing or not getting his way, I up and left. I was like, you know what, f you dude, like you're not gonna play by your own rules and I'm not gonna stay for it. So he asked me why I left, and I called him out, and he said I accidentally put on the helmet. And I'm like, how do you not mean to put on your helmet? You literally have to go to your outfits. And he was like, yeah, I was trying to switch something, oh my god. And I said, yeah, like what? He literally said he wanted to put on glasses in the middle of a fucking deathmatch. Like, dude, are you stupid? All these lies. I swear all this dude does is lie. So after a dirty run and gun, he has the audacity to say that he dropped my KD by 1 point. And I would never say that to anybody I was deathmatching if it was supposedly friendly, you know? Like, I don't care about KD, a lot of us don't nowadays, but that's just still kind of like an in-your-face, I like dropped your stats basically. So this right here is after a deathmatch. We went to free mode, and he is still my crew member in this clip. Like, I'm not saying I've kept him as a crew member this whole time. It was only about a week and I kicked him really fast because of petty things like this. Like, he would go passive, then he would come out of passive and start shooting me, and that's literally passive popping. So, and he was just saying that, oh, I was just messing around. You have to tell me if you don't like me to play around like that. And I was like, really, dude? Like, if I was to like play with another YouTuber and I lost to them and I was like pissed or something and I passive popped them, like what would they think? You know, like that's just not how you do it. And the only reason I don't buy the whole I was just messing around thing is because he would do that every time he lost. Like if he was already heated, he would just start killing me in free mode, like whenever I wasn't paying attention or something. And all the time I would just be running around like doing my own thing, and he would come off passive, or he would come like out of a building, or just come up to me like all nonchalant and then like start shooting me or something. And I'm like, really? Like, how is that just playing when I already know you're pissed over a deathmatch? So all of this right here pretty much wraps up part 1. This is how it began, how it like escalated, all the drama and everything. Part 2 is going to have a full-on free mode session and just all the drama that blew up at the end and how it pretty much ended. So I don't want anyone to think this is an opportunity to go after this guy's gamer tag and hate talk him or trash him, whatever. I am literally just calling this guy out because I am sick of all his bullshit and his excuses, all the times that he thought he could get away with things. I am completely done. But you know what? All that's going to get covered in part 2 as well. So until next time. And by the way, if I ever see you in free mode, I'm going to wreck you.